Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I am Liz Quinn, your Star Scentsy consultant. So this evening, I have for you my bi-monthly club haul, and as my half-off item this particular month, I chose to do the whiff box, but we'll do that at the very end. I know that being that it's toward the end of the month of September, many of you have probably already seen spoilers, but if you have not, I will do the whiff box last, just in case you don't want to see it. And I know that there are some amazing things in here. I have already seen what's in it, but that's part of why I wanted to get it rather than a half-off item where maybe I got washer whiffs or whatever. So how does one get a half-off item in any of your clubs? Because you can have a monthly club, a bi-monthly club, and or you can have a quarterly club. This happens to be my bi-monthly, and in any of those club frequencies, if you have $60 US or more, it unlocks a half-price item. And then I like to use that half-off item for something that you can have in Scentsy Club that is a bigger ticket item. So you could use it on a tub of washer whiffs, you could use it on a Scentsy brick, you could use it on some air purifier filters, or in this particular case, I wanted to do the whiff box, which is now at this point always at a $35 price point, but in club, you can put it in as a half-off item. So it's already a better deal than whatever is in your whiff box, and then getting it half off, $17.50 for all the goodies in this wonderful box. And this is a nice size box of goodies, let me tell you. Is pretty exciting. So, like I said, we'll do that last, so let's just dive right on into what is a pretty sizable club. Now, I was thinking ahead, thinking that there were a few things that I was kind of running low on, and I threw them into my bi-monthly, so there are extra bars more than normal that I would not carry over to my next bi-monthly shipping. So it's a little bit bigger than normal, but I'm sure you guys will enjoy all the wax. So I just like to pull randomly. The first thing that is in my club is Soft Plumeria, and this is a bar, most of the bars that are in here, that is about the most important feature of club, and that is always get your bar. That's the only thing where Scentsy guarantees that if you put any bar that is currently offered into a club and you never delete it, that they will make that for you for forever and forever. So in this case, this is a bar called Soft Plumeria that was part of our Epcot collection from the summertime. And you can see that the Disney licensing part of the packaging has now been removed. So this is now just Soft Plumeria by Scentsy, and it is a wonderful bar. This has a little bit of teak, and it's got tons of gorgeous creamy plumeria and summer tropical fresh goodness. Is so nice. So there are a few bars that are in this particular club that are summery, and I can get 6 bars a year if I have 1 per frequency in my bi-monthly club with all the shipments. Or one of the other features of Scentsy Club is that you can skip 1 shipment of each of those different clubs that I talked about. So I do not carry a monthly all the time. Sometimes I'll just use it as an emergency shipment type deal, or toward the end of a season I'll use it as something where I save a few bars that I'm debating about, skip a month, and then combine that with one of the other clubs down the road, sort of a hat club. This one, my bi-monthly, I have mostly bakery, and then I do have some other bars where I want more of them per year if I've only got them in at 1 bar per round than I would my quarterly club. And my quarterly club came in the summer, and it will come again in October, and I have mostly seasonal things in there, especially holiday bars where I want more, but maybe I'm not going to melt through 6 of them or 5 of them in a year, so I always skip my quarterly in January. That's just a given because I don't want holiday bars after the holidays are over with. So that gives me 3 bars a year with that frequency if I skip 1 shipment a year. So anyway, enough about all that. Let's get back to what the bars are in my club. Vitamin R Relax is so good, you guys. This was something that was in the vitamin collection. It was a spring LTO or late winter a couple years ago. And this particular one has the most gorgeous vanilla. It's got, I think, bergamot, sort of a nice musky, cashmere-iness is so good. Very unique bar. There are others like it, but it really is a standout in this type of a comfort category, and I keep it in my club. That will probably be there for a long time. All right, another one is going to be Sticky Cinnamon Bun. Like I told you, this is a club loaded with bakery. So this is the month of September, and I think I actually might have thrown another bar of Frosted Cinnamon Roll, which is our current scent of the month, into this club because I'm going through it like water. But Why would I keep this sticky cinnamon bun and also have access to frosted cinnamon roll? Well, part of it is because I love all things bakery. This one has a ton more cinnamon. It's much more cinnamon forward, and the frosted cinnamon roll is just more of a middle of the road, really pleasant, gooey bakery that has some cinnamon, a lot of frosting, and for me, even a pinch of caramel. So then the next one that's in here is vanilla suede. This is a glorious bar that we got back from Bring Back My Bar this last summer. This is such a nice, gentle, tiny pinch of spice, lots of suede, little bit of vanilla, not heavy leather. Just really, really nice, relaxed, subtle kind of a smell. I love it. So that one is very good. The next one that is here is Hemingway. This is another one that was a masculine scent from the last Bring Back My Bar round. This bar will probably stay in my bi-monthly club for forever. This is amazing. And it is an old school, very warm, sort of mahogany, and it's got apple, and it's got cologne, and a pinch of spice, manly kind of a smell. It's not overly cologne-y, though. It's just really warm and woody and deep. It's amazing. So this makes me very happy, and I was running low on that, so I'm glad I have another bar. The next thing that's in here is Buckleberry. Now, this is my favorite berry scent of all time. It is very tart. It's very heavy. Very assertive. It's got just a little bit of spice and just the tiniest bit of like a bakery streusel. Not very much. It's sassy, it's assertive, and it's really, really good with true bakery bars melted in alternate warmers. It's very good with French toast, which I have taken out of my club, but I still have a few bars of it. It's good with almond croissant. It's good with a lot of things. It's just a good late summer, early fall type of a smell, saturated, and I will probably never take that out of my club too because it's my favorite berry. Ooh, eucalyptus wreath. Now this is one where I was just running low and I threw an extra bar of it into my club shipment. This is so good though, you guys. It's mint and it's juniper and it's eucalyptus. So it's smooth and it's pretty gentle for a eucalyptus scent. It's not very biting and it's just really icy and cool and relaxing and very, very good. So like I said, it was almost out. I needed more. And that may go into my club at the end of the season. I'm thinking about it. Caramel chestnut. This was a brick last year. I still have several bricks. But when those bricks run out someday, this is safely in my club. And I melted the first bar of the season of this a couple weeks ago. Oh, is this good, you guys. It's the most saturated, gooey caramel and roasty toasty chestnut you could ever imagine. It's perfect. And I cannot get enough of it. It's so good. Throws well, lasts a pretty long time. It's really, really good. All right, the next one is Toasted Acorn and Oak, which is actually quite similar to caramel chestnut. Just take out the more gourmand note and make this a little bit woodier. There's almost, in this particular bar, a little bit of, it's got a creamy chestnut, almost sweetness, almost like a little drizzle of maple syrup. Not really. And I don't get that when I melt this bar. Like in the long run, I melted it many, many times. But today, it's just extra sweet on this side. It's roasty, toasty, chestnut, and oak. And it is so cozy. October, November, December, January. I melt this all the time. They took it out of the catalog. That's why it's in my club. That one will stay for a long time. Next one is Frosted Cinnamon Roll. There we go. And then this one, as I said, is the scent of the month currently. Now, I did throw it in here so I didn't forget to club it because I want this particular bar for the long haul in this more bakery-heavy club. And this is just so much more mellow than the sticky cinnamon bun. It's good, though. It's exactly what you want on a daily basis when you want just a comforting, mellow bakery smell. It's pretty good, consistent throw, medium, sometimes medium strong in the house. It would be a good mixer. It's a very, very pleasant bar. All right, the next one is pumpkin roll. Now, I got 2 of pumpkin roll, I believe, just because I was about out. I'm also planning on picking up a brick of this in another, probably a party closeout so I can get a half off. Oh, this is so good, you guys. This is the most pumpkin cupcake bakery type scent that we offer. So it's pumpkin roll from Scentsy, but it reminds me of pumpkin cupcake from Bath & Body Works and a few other very fluffy cake heavy pumpkin scents from other companies. So I know this has pecans. It's got the sort of roulade filling, so it's almost like a cross between sort of a cream cheese and a powdered sugar type whipped icing filling. and lots of good pumpkin yellow cake goodness. Just so good. So a couple of these to be able to tide me over until I can order a brick. I think there's another one in there. I'm not sure where. Cocoa Lime. This is one of the few that I clubbed from the last spring-summer catalog. I absolutely love this. It is equal parts lime and coconut. It's a little bit zesty. It's very, very good. And I will melt this pretty much any time of the year. So I always... Oh. Okay. That has never happened before. That's why I couldn't get the bar out. Well, the cube is way over there. It came apart when I was trying to get it out. Hopefully the dogs won't eat that before I can put it back in. Anyway, I have never had a bar get stuck like that and then not be able to pop out that extra cube. This is really good though, and it will be staying in my bi-monthly club until we see that it did or did not come back next spring. The 3 thumbs up bar, which is like the best pumpkin quick bread you've ever smelled. Oh, this is so good. This would actually be really good in alternate warmers with pumpkin roll if you wanted just saturated pumpkin bakery for a whole day or two. This is so nice. It's a little bit more savory than pumpkin roll. It's not quite as heavy on the sweetness of the bakery, but it's very homey, and it's got lots of pumpkin spice and a little bit of bread, and it's just delicious. Okay, here's my other bar of pumpkin roll. And I know I'm filming late in the evening, so it's definitely a little bit different with my ring light, and I'm sorry for all the glare. But, oh, so good, so good, so good. Okay. Next scent we have in here is going to be Vanilla Cinnamon Maple. Now, this is another easygoing bakery scent. In some ways, I would compare this in strength and sort of its disposition to Frosted Cinnamon Roll. I think more people will like Frosted Cinnamon Roll than they liked this, because this is cinnamon, vanilla, and maple is more controversial. But this bar I love. I call it my basement scent. At first, it was a brick that we had that I didn't have a lot of affection for. But about the time that I was going to get rid of the last couple of brick cubes in the middle of the summer, 2 years ago now, I used it up in my basement, and all of a sudden it was like the angels were singing and the clouds parted, and I realized I love that scent, and I had to put it in my club because I had to have more. So now I just adore it. I don't know why sometimes that happens, where you're with the scent, and then one day it just... you fall in love, and then you never want to be without it again. Bonfire Beach. Now, this summer, I fell in love with this one. This is an old school classic that we always have spring-summer. It's so good. And people are saying Dashing. The new Dashing smells a bit like this. I can see some similarities, but they are different, and I am enjoying Dashing, but I think that's mostly a bedroom scent. That is the new Creamy Vanilla and Mahogany with the Fresh Night Sky. Bonfire Beach is a little bit stronger and more complex and definitely more summery. So this one's got marshmallow. It's got a little bit of like flint and a tiny bit of smolder and some seaside. Very good. Very unique bar. All right, next one's going to be Autumn Stroll. Now this is one where I'm waiting for the temperature to drop. I put it in my bi-monthly club, and I've gotten quite a few from flash sale bundles too. So I need to melt a good amount of Autumn Stroll, or I'm going to have too much of it in the house. This is so nice. I believe this was from our last January, not June, Bring Back My Bar round. It has the most gorgeous dusky plum, patchouli, cinnamon, and crunchy fall leaves. It sounds in some ways similar to our new cashmere leaves, but this has complexity, woodsiness, and spiciness, where the cashmere leaves is much sweeter with apple. They would be good alternate warmer melts, though. Oh, this is such a great bar. It is deep, but it's not too heavy. Something like our Spiced Ember Glow, which is discontinued. I don't have any of that in my club. I just have a couple bars left. It has a lot more bite than this. This one's more mellow. I love it. It's so good. Okay, next one is going to be Maple Rum Cake. Oh, you guys, this was last fall winter in what used to be just the Harvest Trio. They've now created a Harvest 5-bar bundle. I hope that they carry that 5-bar idea forward. But for many years, we only had 3 bars, and in our Harvest or our Holiday collection as special bars. This Maple Rum Cake is one of the worst smelling bars on cold you'll ever smell, and you put it in the warmer, and it just transforms into the most glorious, deep, dark bakery scent. It's rummy, it's spicy, it's buttery. It's amazing. And this is one I would fight to save. If I had to make cuts of some of the other bars that I have in here, this would last many rounds as far as what I like the best out of this particular club. And there's a lot of really good stuff in here. Apple Butter Frosting. Now this is my #1 scent in this club. I have 2 bars of this always coming to me bi-monthly in this club. This is so good. And I know most of you that watch my channel, you already know that this is a dearly departed bar that we have got to get back because it's one of the best things Scentsy's ever made. It's got this heavy, sweet apple butter, really rich vanilla frosting and spices. It's so saturated, it almost smells like almond extract. Not once you warm it, then it just really turns into apple butter with frosting. But, oh, you guys, is this good? This is possibly the best bar, definitely in this club, and it would contend with a few others that are in my quarterly that are way up there too. Now, it's not touching my Cozy Fireside because that's sentimental, but this bar for strength, performance, disposition, fabulous, 10 out of 10. So I keep two of them in here all the time. Sweet and Sassy Peter Pan. Now, this bar I fell in love with over the summer. It's so happy, you guys. I'm really not a fruity person, but this one is perfect. So it's got tangerine, it's got kiwi. It's so good, and my mother loves this. It smells amazing in her house too. So it's got sweetness. It has bite from the kiwi and the tangerine, and there might be a little bit of vanilla in here. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and that will be staying in my club until they bring that back someday. Perk me up. Now, I know that Scentsy is not the company for the very best coffee of all time, but for me, this is the bar that they produce that I like the most. And it's just sort of a medium, mellow roast coffee, kind of like a Colombian, not with an awful lot of cream or anything. But it's pleasant, and I like mixing this. I love mixing this with caramel scents, especially salted caramel toffee or salted caramel cupcake or anything along those lines. So I'm going to be keeping a bar of this in here until I get tired of it or something better comes along, which definitely isn't going to be the Friends bar for me, but we're not going there, right? This is good, and it's solid for what Scentsy offers, so that's why it stays. Speaking of coffee, I'm talking too much and it's getting cold. All right, the next thing is Happy Birthday. Now, this is a classic. Thankfully, we got this back for Bring Back My Bar this June. This is just the best fluffy birthday cake with sort of, I think there's a little bit of whipped cream in the description. Oh, it's so good, you guys. It's just so happy. It reminds me of childhood. It reminds me of funfetti cake with, the fake, like, Cool Whip type topping on it, but in the best way. And it's got a nice vanilla note. It's such a good cake. This is a fantastic scent for spring, summer. It's good any time of the year. You can mix this with certain things, but I think I like it best just straight by itself. Alternate warmer mixing is always fine, but I mean direct mix. Okay, now here is a bar that is so unique. I don't think anyone else has made anything quite like it. Bow Ties and Bourbon from Bath & Body Works is similar, but Southern Evening is really in a class by itself. This is so good, you guys. This has so many layers, it's hard to describe well. It's got geranium, it's got sweet fruit, it has muskiness, it has lavender. It's its own smell. It is so, so nice. It's sort of feminine, sort of masculine, sort of warm, sort of cool. All the parts create this extraordinary scent that I really enjoy, especially spring, summer. It is a good bar. All right, the next thing that's in my club is Fuzzy Blanket, and this is a happy smell. This is another one that was offered in our last Bring Back My Bar. And I wasn't sure when I first got my tester bar, the ones where we get a whole kit as consultants and we can tell you all about them and make samples, if I was going to like this, but I do, especially since it's had a couple months to get slightly stronger. It's going to be a medium at best, but it's a good saturated laundry, honeysuckle, and lavender kind of a scent. And I think there's some sandalwood in here. It's very, very cuddly, and Fuzzy Blanket, I think, is a perfect moniker for it. So this one will probably stay in my club at least for a while. I'm actually finding that I like that better than Jammy Time. I know that that can be heresy for some people, but I like Jammy Time, but it's so strong. That one really fits my mood for sort of a cuddly, slightly laundry and bath scent more than anything else that I've come across, and I'm really enjoying it now. Okay, next one is Bora Bora Blossom. Oh, this is good, you guys. I was having a debate with myself, this one or Aloha Orchid. I kept Bora Bora Blossom because it's still my favorite. It's got this lushness with the botanical, the orchid, the creaminess. It is so Hawaiian tropical and so good. I love this in my bedroom, and it is a keeper for me. It's just so nice. That was another BBMB from a while ago now. Okay, I have definitely keeping this one until I know it did or didn't come back. Blue Coconut Beach. Oh, is this good? This is one of my favorites from our last spring-summer LTO lineup. Oh, this is so good, you guys. This one was Mother's Day. It's creamy vanilla and really nice coconut and a little bit of fresh outdoorsiness. It's fantastic. And it's a medium throw at best, but it's great in bedrooms, and it's just a really good bar. I love it. So I think that the other one that was very similar is in here somewhere. Oh, now Tiara and Coconut. Now this is not similar. This is kind of like Soft Plumeria. And I know eventually I'm going to have to cut one of them. It'll probably be the Soft Plumeria, because this Tiara and Coconut is one of my favorite summer white floral and creamy bars they've ever produced. And I know this is never coming back. So I need to just keep this in my club. This is strong. It's elegant. It's just fabulous for summer. And it's really, really good melted with Lush Gardenia, which is in my quarterly club. Those two together. And now if you don't do white florals, you would be running out of my house with a headache. But for me, it's just heavenly. All right, the next one is Vanilla Bourbon. Now this is one I keep in for my younger daughter, but the last couple bars of this have been really good performers. So it's medium with a bourbon, a vanilla, and then it's got this smooth quality and a pinch of nutmeg. It is so nice. So it borders between cozy and bakery, and it is very good, especially as the bars have cured for probably a couple years at this point. That is an excellent scent. All right, the next one is Vanilla Waves. Now here is a bakery bar that many people were very sad that they thought it would come back and they didn't club it a couple years ago. This is the strongest, gooeyest, salted vanilla ice cream dripping with caramel. It's amazing. It's so good. It's a very good mixer, really good with Bonfire Beach, and it is just a fabulous scent all by itself, and I'm glad that it's still in my club. The next one is going to be Butter Pecan. Now, I'm almost out of this, and I was really wanting this shipment to get here. This is an amazing fall-type bakery bar. You can melt it any time of the year, but I think it is the most appropriate in the fall. This was originally an October scent of the month, I believe. It is roasty toasty pecans, wonderful butter ice cream. It's got that almost pecan sandy kind of a deal, but it also has the ice creamy, sweet, and very rounded base. It's an excellent, excellent bakery bar. Really good melted and alternate warmers with pumpkin scents. It is a top 10 for me. Very good. The next one's going to be Love and Happiness. Now, this is a great bar. I almost got rid of it because I wasn't feeling it about 6 months ago. Thankfully, I just kind of rode the wave and got through that. Oh, this is so good. It's weird, but it's so good. It's like a powdery sweet, I know this sounds ghastly, chestnut with vanilla and sort of a, almost a sweet powder note. I don't know. But it's so good, and it really does smell like love and happiness, and it makes your home so cozy and warm. I believe it was first a fall-winter scent, but you could melt this anytime. Sometimes I'll melt this in the weird off-season between winter and spring when I want something cuddly, but I'm really burned out on all the heavy holiday and sweet bakery scents. Because that one is slightly unique. All right, what's next? The chestnut in there is just amazing, if I forgot to mention that. So it's like glazed chestnut, vanilla, and this powder note. It's odd, but it's so good. Dancing Sugar Plums. Now, they took this out of the catalog, and I love this bar. I'm so glad I left it in my bi-monthly. Oh, you guys. Now, I love sweet plum pastry. That's in my quarterly. I really like the new rum pum plum, and I actually really, really like, what's the other one? There's another plum one. Oh, Pretty and Plum. I like all of those, but those are all more fall or straight bakery scents. Dancing Sugar Plums is truly a holiday plum scent. It's got apple and spices. This is amazing in alternate warmers with apple butter frosting. It is so good. That is the most company-worthy combo you could come up with. Oh my gosh, this bar is fabulous, and it does play well with a lot of others. I'm so glad it's still in my club. I think that that's one of the better unsung hero bars that they did retire recently, that people are not going to realize that they miss it until their last bar is gone and there's no way to get a new one. Ocean Air and Coconut Water. Now, this is very similar to Blue Coconut Beach, and yes, I had to club both of them because they were both LTOs last year. Oh, man, and I don't know which one's going to win out in the long haul. I'm sure by next summer I'll take one of them out of my club, or hopefully maybe the Blue Coconut Beach will end up in the catalog. Oh, man, and it might be the Ocean Air and Coconut Water that wins. This is somewhere between Atlantic Air and Blue Coconut Beach, and it is fabulous. It's not as good of a performer as Atlantic Air, which actually I think is in this club too, somewhere in the bottom of this. And it's not as creamy as Blue Coconut Beach. It's right in the middle, and it might be my favorite. It is so good. So that was from the summer 3-bar bundle LTO. Or were there 4? No, there were 3. Okay, churro. I'm so glad this is back. Being that we don't have a lot of scents back in my club, we don't have a lot of really amazing bakery scents right now. This was in the Bring Back My Bar in June. This is so good, and they have improved somehow the performance of this. The last round of these from Bring Back My Bar, they're medium at best, but they're good. They're solid, they're consistent. For a while, I was getting nothing out of my churro bars. This is the best bakery greasy vanilla with powdered cinnamon sugar. Oh my gosh, you guys, it is so good. This is from the high point of Scentsy producing bakery scents. Apple butter frosting, butter pecan. There's another one in here called almond croissant and churro. I am so glad that they are all in this club. They are amazing. For me, gold standard, back in the day, bakery heyday bars. Mandarin Moon. Now, I'm actually currently melting this. And I keep arguing with myself about whether or not I want to take this out. My younger daughter won't let me. I do love it, but it's one of the few bars where it gets very overwhelming in my house because it's so saturated. It's amazing, but it's amazing, and then I need to open the windows. So it's a really, really nice orange spice scent from way back in the day. It's got good ginger and star anise and all these things, sweet mandarin, and it is a very, very heavy, lasting scent. It's a great bang for your buck. The next one is Simply Vanilla. Now, this will never come out of my club. I've got Simply Vanilla in the bi-monthly, and then I have Vanilla Cream, which is very, very similar in my quarterly, because I realize I go through a lot of vanilla. Some days you just don't want to be overwhelmed by all sorts of other crazy stuff, but you still want home fragrance. Simply Vanilla is the perfect, always nice bar. It is the loveliest creamy vanilla. It's not as exciting cold as it is unwarm. So if you ever get yourself a clam of this, please melt it before you decide that it's too boring and too plain vanilla, because it's not. It is so elegant, so beautiful. All right, the next one is Lemon Coconut Chiffon. Now, this is a very sassy bar. I have to be in the mood, but to me, this is the best lemon bakery that Scentsy's ever made. So it's got toasted coconut. It's so good, you guys. It's got this lemon custard and lemon cake. It's amazing, and it doesn't last a terribly long time, but it is such a happy smell, and it is so decadent and so enjoyable. I like that tons better than our current lemon drizzle cake, which to me is heavy, bitter, chemical, just a bunch of things I don't care for. The lemon coconut chiffon is what you want in a lemon cake smell. The next one is Cranberry Muffin. Now, this is another one where I debated whether or not to keep it. But after seeing the new fall-winter catalog and the lineup of things for LTO for fall, I'm going to leave this in for a while. Because this is so nice, and it is unique, and it's good bakery. Again, old school good bakery from back in the day. So this one has a really nice, true cupcake muffin type smell with oranges, cranberries, and a little bit of nut. And it is so happy, very Thanksgiving to me, and it is just adorable, and I will be keeping that at least for a while in my club. The next one is going to be my other bar of apple butter frosting. And what else do we have? We're almost down to the bottom. Ooh, Saint Nickerdoodle. Now, they brought this back for Scents of the Season last year, and it is a total home run for another good bakery scent. But this one's heavier. This is decadent apple strudel with powdered sugar, these wonderful baked apples, almost like they've been stewed. Oh, it's absolutely delectable. And this is also amazing in alternate warmers with dancing sugar plums. So this is really good, very festive, but you really can melt that any time of the year. But I think it is best around the holidays. So if I don't spill my coffee, we've got 2 left. I have Atlantic Air, which I was telling you about. This retired a couple seasons ago. And I do love this. This has sea salt, orchid, and gorgeous, just fresh water. It is beautiful. And yeah, I'm probably never going to take this out of my club. So what I see happening to myself after many years of clubbing things is there are certain scent profiles where I want several varieties. So, sorry, guys. several varieties of similar ideas. So Atlantic Air is the most coastal and it's got the sea salt. Then in the middle, you've got the ocean air and coconut water, which strikes a balance between the fresh air and the coconut. And then you have the blue coconut beach, which is the most creamy, heaviest on the coconut, but I just can't do without all three of these. And then, when it comes to the white florals, I do have Lush Gardenia in my quarterly club, but I've got Lush Gardenia, I've got the Tiara and coconut, and I have the soft plumeria. So I just seem to go in trios or groups of scent that is similar. And last but not least, another one of the best bakery bars that they ever invented, Almond Croissant. This is the most powerful, probably, of the bakery bars that I have in this club. This thing throws like a champ. It has wonderful, true, like a patisserie, flaky pastry, crusty kind of a note. Really amazing almond and just the tiniest sprinkling of cinnamon sugar. It is golden brown, delicious, saturated almond croissant goodness. Love it. So there's not a bad bar in here because this is my club and that means that they are the ones that I love the most. So now let's see what came in this whiff box for September. And I rarely get the whiff boxes at this point in my life because I don't need a ton of surprises that I'm not going to use. But this one caught my eye when I saw a spoiler. So, ooh, we don't even have any fancy paper at this point. I think, oh no, it's down here. I was going to say, I think maybe they're getting tired of sending out whiff boxes. So we have a little bag of wax. We've got some paperwork here and an actual warmer, a teeny tiny little warmer that's part of our mod collection. This is actually probably what motivated me the most to try the whiff box because I don't have any of the teeny tiny little petite warmers that they're doing that are newer. So I believe that this is $20 if you're just going to buy it on the website. So basically I got this guy for free. And I did not know when I ordered this that unfortunately this little guy's not ceramic. And that did make me kind of sad. He is a plastic, a resin type plastic, but he's very cute. And you can tuck this in behind something. I mean, for me, being that I am such a decor person, this could go behind something or it could go down into the basement in a place where I would not be afraid of it getting broken. Now, I certainly wouldn't want to spill wax out of it just like any other warmer, but it is very much a travel size and it's definitely travel worthy because you aren't going to break it. So it has a place for the 4 cubes. It is 6 watts, so it's a teeny little guy. So am I going to order another one of these for myself in a different color? No, but it is very cute and it is the sort of thing where I might take this on vacation. So that is the mod warmer in tote, and here are all the other goodies. So we have a little flyer that explains our new style of warmer, and we have a fall feel-in. If you watch my channel, you know this is my favorite new release in a scent circle, and we have Autumn Road Trip, which is one of my favorite classics, in a scent pack. We have, and I will probably just mail these out or give them away to locals, a pristine catalog and a harvest brochure to be able to give to people. And then we have little bag of wax here. So I know you guys don't like it when I put that stuff right in front of the microphone, but I forget. Okay, now we have 2 bars. We have Forever Fall, which is wonderful. I love this. It's definitely grown on me quite a bit because Forever Fall is the pumpkin and brown sugar scent that's in the Harvest 5-bar bundle. And the very first bar of this that I got was very heavy on a particular note where I don't think it was mixed as well as the newer bars that I'm getting. And this is really good. It is very canned pumpkin or pumpkin puree heavy, but then it's got all this gorgeous brown sugar and a pinch of spice. And I really enjoy it in the warmers. It's that heavy, decadent kind of warmth that you want for pumpkin bakery in the fall. Very, very good to me. And the best of the 5-bar bundle, I think, which is the white pumpkin and driftwood. This is so good, you guys. This bar, I think I've already put it in my quarterly club, so I do not forget to keep it there. This is so complex. It's got cardamom, it's got driftwood, it's got pumpkin, it has a little bit of outdoorsiness, and it is strong and elegant. So this This one, definitely a favorite, and I wanted another bar. And then last but not least, because my Scent and Warmer of the Month kit is finally moving, for those of you that have been kind of following my saga, I believe it will get here on Tuesday. I'm filming this on a Sunday evening because it came in this weekend. I have not had time to get to filming before now, and I wanted some of the bars that were in here, but I'm always conflicted as a consultant. Do I just skip a shipment of something and not film it because I want it? And then I'm like, no, because everybody gets so excited and I enjoy sharing things on the channel. So, pumpkin cashmere, we have the sample. I think I'm just going to do it. It will make it so that when I open the Scent and Warmer of the Month kit, which has been delayed, it won't be a first sniff, but I don't care. I just want to know what this thing is like. So, I know that this has cinnamon, pumpkin, and cashmere woods, and I am just dying to try it because I love Cozy Pumpkin and Vanilla from last year. Oh, this is nice. It is similar to the Cozy Vanilla and Pumpkin, yes. This is slightly spicier. It's got a little bit more bite. But this is really good and very cuddly. I cannot wait to get whole bars of this. I'll probably wait to melt this because the sample cup is difficult to get enough scent from. I like to do a whole bar. But what I'm getting, I am loving. This is really good, you guys. It's warm. It's pumpkin-y. There's cashmere here, but I think that really takes a second or third place. It's the base note. You get good pumpkin and not a sweet cinnamon, but cinnamon and maybe some other spice in a smooth way. So if you take Cozy Vanilla and Pumpkin and you take Farm Stand Pumpkin and you do something kind of in the middle that's a little more savory, that's what I'm getting from this pumpkin cashmere. I bet this is going to be amazing. Very, very nice. Very interesting. So that is everything that was in my bi-monthly club plus my whiff box for half off, and that was super fun. So this is Elizabeth with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. If you are looking for a place to be able to start a Scentsy club, my website is always open. You can email me if you have any specific questions. I absolutely love having Scentsy club people with me. It is just a joy because that means that you love your wax as much as I do, and it is just always a good thing to start a Scentsy club if there is anything that you are worried about missing in the future. So whatever you're attached to, stick it in a club now. You can always edit things out, but you can't get it back once it's gone. So have a great day, guys, or a great evening. God bless. Bye-bye.